Tatiana Dushkov, and thank you for choosing Macro News. Today we are going to talk about Lithuania. We have 5 experts in the section of economy. We are going to talk about GDP, business, unemployment, and work. Our first guest is Hernández. He is an economist of the University of Yale. So, hi Andres.
Hi Tatiana, how are you?
Fine.
Well, in Lithuania, gross domestic product (GDP) is the most commonly cited economic statistic. It provides a summary measure of the economic activity taking place with a country over a whole year, and appears to relate directly to important factors such as household incomes to the rate of employment. However, for its prominence in economic debates, GDP is the subject to consider problems. Well, the problems and limits of GDP center on how it's calculated and what includes measuring GDP relies to the collection of data relating to the economic transactions. The principle behind it is that everything bought and sold in a year should be registered in GDP. The government structures is conduct in debt survives to measure this figure. However, everything bought or sold in a nation exactly equivalent to the economy and activity that place. Not those, the eventual figure necessarily capture much of what might people value of a country. For example, an environment.
Our second guest of the night is Santiago Velandia. He is from the University of Columbia and is going to talk about unemployment. Hi Santiago.
Hi Tatiana. Yes, unemployment according to reliable search in Lithuania was 5.2% and on comparative scales in the ranking in Europe and 22 and globally out of 2006 countries. What does this mean? Lithuania maintain his employment with incentive and salaries and higher wage. The answer is to keep words and about culture routine. Highways can also keep workers enough to do good work. They don't reduce waste in the demand falls. If they did your best, workers might keep right goals and the novelty that begin layoff can lead to long-term employment, increase the cost of losing a job, and will make workers less likely to share.
Our third guest of the night is Cristian Vicioso. He is from the University of Oxford and he is going to talk about also of the unemployment. Hi Cristian.
Hi Tatiana. Okay, the unemployment was always been a big problem for all the countries. The depression of the sales in 2022 and the closing of the 2 biggest companies of this country causing a negative impact on the economy and the Lithuanian employments. Arthur Pigu, a British economist, says that the workers don't have other choice but working on anything if they don't have employed in what they studied. Like a non-commercial activity like babysitting that's highly paid or having less salary that they deserve. In Lithuania, we can find those kind of jobs. Also, we have that the rate of poverty was 20% on 2021. This is all because of the depression of the sales and in particular because of the suspension of the 2 companies on the second trimester of this year. The GDP grew, helping the economy of the country.
Our fourth guest is Daniela Galvis from the MIT University. She is going to talk about how to find jobs. Hi Daniela.
Hi Tatiana. Finding a job is like finding a partner within the economy in the classical view of a market where supply and demand are balanced between seller and buyers and price. Information is perfect, but when looking for a car, a house, or a partner, this really rarely works. This is called searching friction, where buyers and sellers do not automatically find each other. For this, economists have been developing the search theory where one of its main focus has been the search of employment. For example, Lithuania, within the classical model of the labor market, has a labor supply of 75% of the population and unemployment rate of 5.2%, and an average annual salary of 18,000. It can be seen that the demand at the market are not in agreement. balance, but a new concept arises called research cost, where in the markets all the products are different searching cost money and higher the cost. The wider the range, and this is applied to the job search.
Our last guest is Victor Escandon from the University of Harvard. He is going to talk about the workers. Hi, Victor.
Hi, Tatiana. Okay, to enter into the context, Lithuania is a part of the 30 unions organized by the occupational branch. Currently, the Lithuania Federation of Labor, the trade union Solidarumas, and the Lithuania Trade Union Confederation belong to the National Trade Union Confederation. For this, Lithuania ratified Convention number 87 on freedom of association and protection of the rights to organize in 1994, and Convention number 98 of the right to organize and to bargain collectively in 1994 too. As there are repeated violations of trade union rights, it should be noted that according to the law, the right to freedom of association is enshrined in the Constitution and is regulated by the Labor Code, which therefore provides anti-union discrimination. To give an example, the complaint organization alleges that the refusal of the employer, namely the police department and the state, to accept the participation of the Lithuanian Federations of Trade Unions, Sandraga. A duly registered trade union is the process of negotiation that collectively agreements constitutes an act of interference within the meaning of Conventions number 87 and 98, respectively, and contravenes the national constitution, which enshrines the equal rights of trade unions. In this case, rights prevail and the law
In conclusion, Lithuania have some problems according to the unemployment. The population of this country prefers having a non-commercial job or not having any job. This causes unemployment and in some cases poorness. Finding a job is difficult, and in some cases the workers quit for the environment of work. Thank you for watching Macro News.